Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's watch list review. Um, had four different tickers for the inside week, and then I had four that I was watching based on this newer strategy that I'm still tinkering with. Again, this week I had good success with that strategy. My week ended up green, several green trades with that strategy, but one of the issues again is I'm still not getting proper exits. Um, I played around with my exit script and it's still, and what doesn't make sense, and I'm going to research this, and if anybody has any ideas, please put it in the comments below and I'll try to work through it. But I set up a strategy for certain conditions. When those conditions are true, it is supposed to trigger and enter the trade. Now, for the exit, I have the exact same strategy, but I have it set for when it's false to exit the trade. However, I'll enter the trade and it'll automatically sell instantly. When I go back in to look at it, if you can see, Thinkorswim will show you when a certain condition is met. I could show you here real quick, and I don't want anybody to jump the gun on trying to work on this because I don't have it perfected yet. It's never going to be perfected, but I mean, I don't have it set to the way I want yet. But in this case, you can see here, I base it off the 15-minute chart. And I come up here and I do study HA trend moving average, and let's say up signal. I set this to 30, and this gives a multiple time frame. So I'm using a 15 here and a 30 here. I use exponential and I set it to false for the previous candle. And you can see here, when the line is up here with a value of 1, that condition is false at that time. I will come in and set up an order, and this will be false. Actually, 1 is true, 0 is false. So right now that condition is false. This would be for a long setup. The condition will show a 0 value, yet as soon as I hit confirm and send, it'll trigger instantly. When I go to set up the order to buy, it doesn't do it all the time. When I set up the order to buy, it'll show that the condition is to enter is true, but it'll also show that it's false at the exact same time. It can't be both true and false at the same time, so that's where my confusion is. You can see right here I have false. It probably won't do it on this one, but you can see right now false. The condition is set to false. So it actually works out on this particular one. But I'm getting several of them where it sells. And what was really odd was I had it set to trade in both of my accounts the other day. The one account, and I had the exact same order set for both entries and exits. My one account, it bought and turned around and sold instantly. The other account, it bought and it held and worked the way it was supposed to. So, a little confused. Like I said, that's why I'm trying to work that out. And once I get that worked out, I think I'm in good shape to share that with everyone. So, anyway, it's working. Sometimes, like today, I entered a trade and I went in to manually set my exit just like I showed you just now, and it said the condition was already false. So I knew if I clicked OK, it was going to sell right away. So I just monitored it manually and exited when I felt that I should exit. So I made money on it, but it wasn't fully automated the way that I wanted to. And that's fine if you can sit and watch your screens all day. This strategy will work. I can use other strategies for exits. possibly a move above one of the moving averages, but because the entry isn't based on that, that condition may already be true when I enter, which is going to result in an instant sell anyway. So that's what I'm trying to work on. I can use some other type of exit strategy, and I know it would work. Today I used a trailing stop. I was actually leaving for lunch anyway, so I was in a trade. Well, yesterday was another example. I shorted Disney. I sold half. My entry was based on my automated script, but the exit was showing a false condition right away, which means it's gonna sell. So I sold half when it hit a support level, and I set a trail stop for the other half, and I left for lunch, and it triggered it later. So trail stop's one option, but I don't like using trail stops because, number one, if you don't have them tight, you're going to lose too much of your profit. But if you do have them tight, you're going to get stopped out pretty quick. So today I had a trail stop set. I had a 9-cent trail stop, which I knew was tight, but I didn't want to let it get too far away, and it stopped me out for like a 14% profit. However, 5 minutes later, it ran to where I would have been about 80% profit. So with trail stops, you really have to weigh how tight you want to have them. And I'm trying to, just for this particular script, I'm trying to automate it as much as possible so there is not much emotion or babysitting required. Not much thought required, I guess is the better terminology. So anyway, it's working. The entries are working. I did lose money on a few of them this week, but I made money on more of them that I lost money on, and my gains were bigger than my losses. So it is working. But anyway, on to this week's review. Get rid of that, and here's our watch list. We'll start down here with my standard inside week stuff. So Walmart, we were looking for a break to the upside. We got that break. I didn't really have any targets set because it was an all-time high. So I was looking for a break above 158.29. What you could have done here is came down to, let's say, the 60-minute and go back to Monday. You see we broke it right here. You could have set a stop. We had an inside candle followed by another inside candle followed by two up followed by inside. You could have put your stop right here. The first two down that you have, which would have been right here, you could have done that. You could have done a broadening formation on a shorter time frame. Maybe, for example, something like this, and put your stop here, or your exit. There's multiple different ways you can do it. We can throw some moving averages on, and your stop would have been here when it touched the moving average. Multiple different ways to do it. So, but Walmart worked out. Definitely would have been, we had just on the day it triggered, we had $2 move. So you definitely would have been able to make money on that one. Disney, I told you I traded that one yesterday. It wasn't based off of I think I might have traded it earlier in the week too. But it wasn't based off of, it gapped down below the trigger. So for me, it gapped all the way past the first target, which wasn't a big move, but to me that trade's off the table. But I did trade it yesterday somewhere, I don't know where. So Disney for me is a no entry. Yeah, on paper it looks like it will work fine, but that's a no entry for me. eBay, we were looking for a break below 53.96. We actually got that Monday morning, but we didn't get any follow through on it until today. So eBay would have actually stopped you out, so that one would have been a loser. UPS, UPS, we were looking for a break below. Again, same thing. It broke below it, but didn't hit any targets, and then it would have stopped us out. So one winner, two stop outs, and a no trade. So not a great week as far as that goes. Micron. Now we're looking at what we were talking about here with this new strategy. We don't really have specified entries like you do with the strat. So Micron, we were looking for a break to the downside Monday morning. We actually didn't get it. It actually ran to the upside. Let me go back to the weekly chart. It might make it a little bit easier just to determine. It broke to the downside today at the end of the week, but it would have stopped us out. So that one did not work. Baidu, to the downside, we got that one. Well, I mean, I didn't trade it, but that one would have worked. We were looking for a break to the downside, so if you would have entered first thing Monday morning, you probably would have, depending on what time frame you would have set your stop for or how you would have set your stop, you probably would have stopped out around here, but you would have made money. So that one would have worked out. Win, again, to the downside, Monday morning, right there. It opened, gapped down a little bit, popped back up, and then flushed for about $1 from the open, 73.50 down to 72.20, a little over $1 from the open. And again, depending on your exit strategy, you would have made money on it most likely, unless you got greedy or didn't have a proper exit strategy. eBay, this one would have been a little bit trickier. If you would have got in right here, you would have lost money. If you would have waited, you probably could have made a little bit, but this one, I'm going to say this one would have been a loser. Thanks again. See you guys next week. I'll get a video out later this weekend for next week, and hope everybody made money this week. See you later. Bye.